Every Tuesday on Facebook, 6 p.m. UK time. Every Tuesday on Facebook. Ètò ìgbéyàwó tó fúnni lóye. Let's talk traditional wedding. Ètò ìgbéyàwó tó fúnni lóye. Let's talk traditional wedding. Ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò yìí, ẹ̀yin tèmi nílé ló lẹ́yìn odi. Mo kára lé, mo kérò ọ̀nà, mo kọ́kùnrin, mo kóbìnrin, mo kọ́mọdé, bẹ́ẹ̀ ni mo kí àgbàlagbà wípé ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò yìí, ètò kan náà tí gbogbo wa mọ̀ sí ètò ìgbéyàwó. Let's talk traditional weddings and more with Bumi Midirias. Àmọ́ gẹ́gẹ́ bí ìṣe wa lórí ètò yìí, kó tó di pé aṣòǹkóhun fẹ́ júbà àkọ́dá ayé, ọba àṣẹ̀dá ọ̀run, ọba lánàá, ọba lẹ́ni, ọba títa ayérayé kọrin kése, ẹlẹ́bùrú ìkẹ́, ọba tó jẹ́ kó ṣe fẹ́mi àti yín láti tún wà láyé, láti wà láàyè, àti láti wà láyè rere. Ọba tó jẹ́ pé ní ọ̀sẹ̀ tó kọjá mo dágbére mo ní mò ń lọ kábọ̀, mo dúpẹ́ pé jẹ́ kí n dé láyé àti àlàáfíà, mo tún wá bẹ̀yìn gangan láyé àti àlàáfíà, ògo ìyìn ọlá oníforúkọ Ọlọ́run alágbára. Father, Lord, I exalt your holy name. I give you praise. I give you honor. I give you adoration, O God, for your faithfulness, your mercy, and your loving kindness. Thank you, Lord, for being there at all times, the ancient of days. I want to appreciate you, Lord, for the life of these amazing people that are already on the show, on Facebook, on Instagram, and on YouTube. People, please, you need to do me a favor, as I always say every week. Remember that favor that I always ask for is that you share this show. Please remember to share. On Facebook today, we are not featuring on Bumi or Shiberu. We are featuring on the page itself, which is ETO IGBEYAWO with Bumi Midirias. I can see that a lot of people are not used to that yet. I've sent the link. Please, people, join me on ETO IGBEYAWO. Just check ETO IGBEYAWO on Facebook. I will be there. And I will use this opportunity as well to appreciate those that are supporting us on this show all the time, week in, week out, especially the amazing Chorus Jewels and Laces. Ilé-iṣẹ́ Chorus Jewels and Laces. Ilé-iṣẹ́ tó tún gbangba sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn níbi tí wọ́n ti ń taṣọ ìyàwó, tọmọ ìyàwó, tìyá ìyàwó lẹ́fẹ́ ni, tí bàbá ìyàwó lẹ́fẹ́ ni, gbogbo nǹkan tó bá fẹ́ fi ṣayẹyẹ pàápàá jùlọ ayẹyẹ ìgbéyàwó. Ilé-iṣẹ́ Chorus Jewels and Laces, ẹ kàn sí wọn, ẹnkóhun tẹ́ bá fẹ́ wọ́n á tà fún yín lówó pọ́kú, and àwọn ojúlówó ni. Lára aṣọ ìgbàlódé lẹ́fẹ́ ni o, àbí aṣọ ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ń báyé wọ́n ń ta. Ilé-iṣẹ́ Chorus Jewels and Laces, wọ́n tún wá ní ẹ̀ka ilé-iṣẹ́ wọn kan gbòógì tí wọ́n ń pè ní Ready to Wear by Chorus Jewels and Laces. Ẹ kàn sí wọn. Please, if you can hear me on Facebook, please say something, let me know you're there. I can see there are people on Facebook, but it's quiet. Can you please show some love? I know the setting is different from our regular setting because it's a page this time around. Please, if you can hear me on Facebook, say something. I hope I activated the comments. Please let me know you're there. If you can hear me on Facebook, everybody. I can see quite a number of people on Facebook and I can't hear them saying anything. Those that have joined me on Instagram, I really do appreciate you so much. Also, I want to appreciate Celebration International Magazine. Celebration International Magazine, thank you for your support. If you want your event on magazine, e-magazine, please contact Celebration International Magazine. Let me say hi. I hope people can see me. I can't hear nothing on Facebook, which is a little bit strange. I hope I activated the comments. I can't see nothing, which would be a little bit, tricky. You know, this is the first time I'll be using this. It's the first time I'll be using the Facebook page. So maybe there's something I needed to activate that I didn't activate because I can't hear people. But of course, I can see everybody on Instagram and on YouTube. I can see people commenting on YouTube and on Facebook and on Instagram. But Facebook, Kilo Shelley, let me hear that you're there. Okay. Thank you, Celebration International Magazine, for your support. Also, I want to thank TKM Delights people, where you can buy all this sauce, ready-to-use sauces for all your sauces. Eforiro, they have it for father sauce. They have it for Eforiro, they have it for multi-purpose. Please contact them. They are called TK Delights on Instagram and on Facebook. I think there might be some issues with Facebook. I can't hear nobody, but I can see people are online. Facebook people, if you are there, can I hear you say hi? Hey, what did I do? Sorry. I'm so sorry that I think people are trying to comment. That would be so unfortunate if people cannot comment on Facebook. I don't know what's going on. I can comment myself from here. Please, if you're on Facebook, can I hear your comments, please? I can see people there, but one sorrow. Hello, Shelley. Please, people, say something. I love to hear from you. Yeah, I could comment. That means you can comment. Okay, today is another fantastic episode, ladies and gentlemen. Please, Mama Yodele Ogunz and Eluyemi, can you please let me try to see if you can join us on ETO IGBEYAWO on Facebook? It's a test broadcast today, because I want to stop using the Bumi Oshiberu Facebook page. So I now use my I use the ETO IGBEYAWO page. So please, if you're there, if you can please help me check if that is working. People are not commenting. All right, before we go on today's program, before we say, we would love to introduce today's topic, which is a very, very interesting, sensitive, and important topic, as we always do. You know that Kimu Shawasimi by Lelselse. Yes, thank you. Somebody said Ekweto. I'm still waiting for somebody to comment on Facebook. Oh, I don't know what I've done. I don't think I got that right. Okay, well, we will do it better next time here, because it's not possible to stop this and start over again. I can't even see the option to do that. Okay, people, if you're... Yay! Somebody just said a comment, say something. At least I know somebody can talk now. That's very important. And thank you, YouTube people. Can I hear hello? Thank you, Tonya Shamu. Oh, God bless you. Somebody just said hello from Facebook. YouTube people, can you say hello? Let me know you're there. Let me know you're there. Let me know you're there. Okay, today's topic, Eshe Arabire Eluyemi Eshe Wona Kweto, Beautiful Things event. Thank you so much for joining. Ekurolema, thank you so much. Mommy Rokeola, Mommy Idele Ogunz, thank you. Pretty Shehu, thank you so much for joining. Thank you to all those that have joined me tonight. As I said to us, tonight's going to be a very fantastic. Oh, somebody said it also came up on the Alaga page. Yes, please, wherever you are, I send the link to us. Please kindly follow on those links that I sent to us. God bless you. Thank you so much. Okay, all right. Before we go on today's topic, Ejeka for Igbeto Wawole as our usual. Thank you to Little Persecutor. They said yes, they can see it. God bless you. All right, let's do this. Let's do this, people. Hey, as our user practice, let's do this as our user practice. Let's bring the topic in. Thank you to Little Persecutor. Yes, that's reassuring. That shows that people can see. God bless you. Thank you so much. Instagram people, I want to keep hearing you, please. I love to hear you. All right, let's bring today's topic. Let's bring today's topic in. Hey, it's a bam one. It's a bam one today. I don't know. Hey, thank you, Mommy Bisbal. Yeah. Oh, Maronu, come on now. Yeah. Maronu, yeah. Oda Sarah long, yeah. Baba Daelo. Ojulo keni ti o bimo, gbogbo alama bi. Hey. Ire lo ṣe agogo mambo. Hey, come on. Mambo. Mambo. Can I see some dance moves? If you know that by the grace of God, as many are trusting God for the fruit of the womb as you're watching this show, after this show, God is going to do it. Mambo. Hey, enjoy it, Nani. Hey. Mommy, I like Ayawa. Hey, Mambo. Okay? Come on, let's do this. Hey, Baba Daelo. Hey, enjoy that. Thank you, Mommy. Gbogbo wa la máa bí. Mommy ò ṣe bí o. Ire ló ń ṣe. Àgbàgbọ́ máa ronú mọ́. Ìròyìn ayọ̀ has finished all the dance. Facebook people, àwọn ará Instagram ti láyé lórí ijó. Come on, ọmọ ń bọ̀, 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 ọmọ ń bọ̀. Igbeyawo, my people. Yeah. Maronu mo. Yeah. Look at Sarah don't hear. Baba die alone. Ojú lọ́kẹ́ ní tí ò bímọ. Gbogbo wa la máa bí pátápátá. Káyọ̀ bí o ṣe bí o. Ire ló ń ṣe àgbààgbà Maronu mo. Ọmọ ń bọ̀. Come on. Please remind people ètò ìgbéyàwó ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ o. Ẹni tí mo láyé, ẹni tí ó bí o. Ẹni tí mo láyé, lọ́mọ ayé ẹni tí ó bí o. Ọmọ tí a bí olùkó mọ́ wa lọ́wọ́. Wọ́n ní ti tó gbogbo ìjọba. Wọ́n ní alága ìyàwó àti finish all the dance. Come on, àwọn abiyamọ tó wà ń bí dà ijó. Because I will be naming ceremony after this show. Oh yeah, let's dig it. Come on. Ọmọ yẹn ní tí ó bí o. Ọmọ yẹn ní tí ó bí o. Ọmọ yẹn ní kó mọ wá lọ́wọ́. Ọmọ tí ó ní bá mi lórúkọ jẹ́. Come on, let's do this. Alálùbáríkà ọmọ lè ráyè. Ijó abiyamọ dà. Come on, let's do this, everybody. Mo bẹ̀ yọ nínú ògùn alimomi alága ìyàwó wọn ti tó gbogbo ijó tán o. Tó yà ṣàmọ́. Alálùbáríkà ọmọ lè ráyè. Come on, tẹ̀mí kápẹ́ ní kíni. Ọmọ lè ráyè. Ó dùn mọ́ mi, ó dàbí kí n máa jó lọ. Bokosaye, let's stop there, people. I wish there was more time to do this. Ladies and gentlemen, I bet by the music you can tell what today's program is going to be all about. Gbogbo la mọ̀ pé lórí ètò yìí ètò ìgbéyàwó la pè. Yorùbá dẹ̀ sọ wípé ọmọ lèrè ìgbéyàwó. Èdùmàrè kó bá mi ṣíjú àánú gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n wojú ẹ̀ ní wákàtí àtọ̀wé kó bá mi ṣèyànú fún wọn. My question is just going to be for 5 minutes before I bring in my guest. I have a very special guest today, and I'm going to bring him in at exactly 6:20. So for the next 5 minutes, people, my question is, gẹ́gẹ́ bí olórin yẹn ṣe kọ, wọ́n ní àgàn Maronu mo ọmọ ń bọ̀. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́, ṣó ṣeé ṣe kí ọkùnrin yàgàn àbóbìnrin nìkan ló máa ń sọ pé ó yàgàn? Ladies and gentlemen, is it possible for a man to be infertile, or is it just a woman thing? Ṣé ọkọ àti ìyàwó bá ń wojú Ọlọ́run fún ọmọ? Look who is here, Aria Susie, ladies and gentlemen. So people, is it possible for a man to be infertile, or it's just a woman thing? My line is open. If you can't call me tonight, you can actually leave me a message, a comment. +4478285000938. I've got an expert that's coming to enlighten us tonight. But before I bring him in, ladies and gentlemen, please talk to me. And if you can call me on WhatsApp, if you're from Nigeria, wherever you're calling from, +4478285000938 is the line to call. I can see people saying it already. The unstoppable Alaga, I cite you, my beautiful sister. Unstoppable Alaga said it is very, very possible. Somebody said capital letter yes. Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, what are your thoughts? Wọ́n máa sọ pé obìnrin yẹn àgbọ̀n ni mi ò gbọ́ rí kó sọ pé ọkùnrin yàgbọ̀n. Ṣé lóòótọ́ ni ṣó ṣeé ṣe kí ọkùnrin yàgbọ̀n àbóbìnrin nìkan ló máa ń yàgbọ̀n? Please, ladies and gentlemen, I need you to talk to me tonight and let me know. Ṣóbìnrin nìkan ló máa ń yàgbọ̀n àbí ó ṣeé ṣe kí ọkùnrin náà kí ó yàgbọ̀n? That's what I want to know tonight. So please, let me know. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́, somebody said the case, pause it. No, don't do that. Said my video is paused. Don't pause my video. Very important. This is a very important time. I hope this doesn't start being funny. Somebody said infertility can affect both men and women. Apologies, my Instagram people. I guess the network just did figgy. He said it's possible for a man to be infertile. Thank you, Tony Ashamu. Temitope basically said infertility can affect both men and women. Then, look who is here. Thank you so much. She said, well done. Thank you so much. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's what this topic is all about tonight. How? Somebody says the case according to experts says men are 85%. Wow. I don't know how far that is true, but I'm really surprised to be hearing it tonight because I actually thought it's a women thing, that it is women that are likely to be infertile. Wọ́n ní ṣọkùnrin lè yàgàn ṣá, mi ò gbọ́ rí. Arábìnrin Bùkáyọ̀ Adékọ̀yà Ṣọ́bọ̀wálé wọ́n ní ó ṣeé ṣe obìnrin ó ṣeé ṣe kóbìnrin yàgàn, ṣeé ṣe kọ́kùnrin yàgàn. Ọ̀kan ní àti ọkùnrin àti obìnrin ló máa ń yàgàn. Èdùmàrè kó bá wa ṣíjú àánú wo gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n ń wojú ẹ̀ ní alẹ́ yìí ní agbára lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run. Lẹ́yìn ètò yìí kọ́lọ́run bá wa ṣíjú àánú wò wọ́n ká gbọ́ ọlẹ̀ ayọ̀ kó sọ nínú àwọn èèyàn wa. Okay, in order not to waste too much of our time, I'm going to bring in my guest. Sir, if you can hear me, kindly send me a request. It is a sign for you to come into the show. In fact, ẹni tí mo gbé bọ̀ lálẹ́ yìí, tẹ́ bá ń gbọ́ wípé àlejò ńlá gbà ni mo ń gbé bọ̀ lálẹ́ yìí. So, sir, if wherever you are, if you can hear me, sir, kindly send me a request to be in the show. If you can hear me, I think he sent me a request a few times, but because it wasn't time for me to bring him in, so I'll be waiting for my guest to send me a request. I don't want to do it so I don't get hung up, because the other time I did it, everything just hung up. So people, on what occasion can a man be barren or be infertile? Torí òye mi o, èmi rò bóyá obìnrin nìkan ni ó máa ń sọ pé obìnrin yẹn ó find it difficult láti conceive, àbí find it difficult láti bímọ, àbí tí àwọn Yorùbá máa ń pè ní pé ó yàgàn. Èdùmàrè má yà wá lágbọ̀n gbogbo àwọn àgbò tí wọ́n wojú Ọlọ́run ní alẹ́ yìí lágbára Ọlọ́run. Lẹ́yìn ètò yìí ká bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí gbóhùn ayọ̀ nínú ilé wọn. I'm waiting for my guest to send me a request to be in the show. Nicole Delight, thank you for joining. Miss B, thank you for joining. Ìròyìn ayọ̀, thank you for joining. Ajana Kolubumi, I'm so happy to see you here tonight. Thank you so much for joining. Please send me the request. I think he has just sent it. Let me add him to the live chat so we can hear from the experts, ladies and gentlemen. Lórúkọ Jésù, kí ló ti ń pè? Ó máa gbọ́rọ̀ Olúwa lálẹ́ network, máa gbọ́rọ̀ Olúwa. I've accepted, but I've not seen him coming yet. If he's not coming in, please send it again, sir. Somebody said men usually have issues with infertility as well. Okay. Well, the most important thing tonight is not for us to argue whether it is a man or woman. What we want tonight is help and solution. What can be done? One cannot join because of technical issue. Mama Sheyen. Let me see if I can send it to him. Technical issue bitibawo. Please don't do that. Please try again. Please try again, sir. Oh God. Network. Go Jesus. Please try again, sir. They say you can't join because of technical issue. Emma Bino, but I know he will come in by the grace of God, because the person I'm bringing on board tonight has a whole wealth of knowledge that he's going to share with us. He's an expert in this. And tonight, please, if you know anyone that is having delay in conceiving, or a family that are trying to have a baby, or that have been trying for a baby, or you know anyone that you know can benefit from this, even if you know people that are yet to be married and you want to talk to them, they want to learn about this, please bring them on board, remind them about this show, call them on, because tonight's one is a very, very, very important one. A lot of people are having challenges due to ignorance. And that's why I brought in an expert. Okay, let me see if I can add him by myself. Hopefully, my wallet. Hey, what is this technical issue? Devil, I lie. Oh, he's telling me that she can't come in because of technical issue. Okay, there's always a way around it. It's just that I would love you to see his face. He has prepared so much for this. I don't know why Devil is just struggling to. Let me see if I can call him on WhatsApp. If you can't see his face, you will be able to hear his voice. That's one thing. Let me add him again. Okay, Dr. Olushola. Okay, let me call him on the phone, everybody. You can hear his voice. It's so sad though. So sad. I don't know why Facebook does that sometimes. It's always when we have something important to discuss. Please, if you are there, show some love. Sorry, guys. Well, it's not on Instagram. It's only on Facebook. Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
She's calling.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir.
Okay, they are already calling me.
Hello, sir. Yeah. Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Sir. We can hear you, sir. You are live. Yeah. You are live. People can hear you, sir. Please. Good evening, sir. Ẹ jẹ́ bá wa sọ fún kó bá wa move nǹkan tẹ́ fi ń gbọ́ wa yẹn.
Hello, ma.
Nǹkan tẹ́ fi ń gbọ́ wa yẹn. Ẹ bá wa yí lọlẹ̀. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, ma. Yes.
Yes.
I don't know what this technical issue is, so I'm worried myself.
Don't worry, sir. People can hear you. Sometimes it happens. Facebook ò ní tìjú. Ìgbà mi ò máa ń ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀. Ẹni kí àwọn tó wà pẹ̀lú yẹn wọ́n lè kọ́tọ́ láti máa send request yẹn tó bá aláwa àgbà. Tí ò bá dé aláwa ẹ jẹ́ ká máa sọ̀rọ̀ lórí phone gbogbo èèyàn ló ń gbọ́ yín. Gbogbo ayé pátá ló ń gbọ́ yín all over the world. They can hear you, sir. Ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ètò yìí, sir.
Yeah, kúrọ̀lẹ́ abẹ́ kalẹ́ mà.
Kalẹ́, sir. Ẹ jẹ́ bá wa dárúkọ yín fáwọn èèyàn wa.
Yes, I am Dr. Olushola Amure.
Wow. Dr. Olushola Amure, ladies and gentlemen. Ẹ bọ́ ṣe rọra dárúkọ wọn ní ṣókí. Tí n bá ní kí n máa kà láti sìn lọ, kódà a máa wà níbàyí títí di ọ̀túnla mẹ́fà, because it is not just what it just said it is. It is more than that, people. Tonight we have someone very special in our midst. Please, tonight I want you to help me welcome Dr. Olushola Amure. Dr. Olushola Amure is a medical practitioner, as you can see, and his expertise is in the area of family health. And he's been in this for years, for over 2 decades. Dr. Olushola Amure is a renowned physician. His expertise is in the family medicine with interest in obstetrics and gynecology. You know what gynecology means? It means, women. I'm sure a lot of us will know what that means. He was the immediate past medical director of General Hospital Ifako-Ijaye, Lagos, and currently the medical director of Rafa Medical Center, Ikorodu. He also has both national and international degrees for his academic achievements. If I want to start talking about Dr. Olushola Amure tonight, we'll be here for the whole evening. So please, ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome my guest. Show some love.
Good evening, everybody. I am worried and troubled about this network, but if you can still hear me, the show can continue.
Don't worry, sir. We can hear you, sir. I know it's not nice that we couldn't bring in. I would have loved people to see your face. But please, sir, the person that is helping, tell her to continue to send the request. Sometimes it delays. But for the time being, let us start talking, sir. Ẹ jẹ́ sá kó tó di pé a gbé yín wọrí ètò yìí. Lórí ètò yìí a máa sọ ní èdè Yorùbá àti èdè Òyìnbó gbogbo ẹ̀ la máa mú sọ lórí ètò yìí, because we have some people that are watching this show that are not Nigerians, but still we would love to put our touch of Yoruba into whatever we do. People say they can hear you. Our mommy Alagayawo, they say they can hear you. A lot of people saying they can hear you, sir. They are actually clapping. They are welcoming you. They are appreciating you. So people can hear you, sir. Don't worry. Just feel comfortable and speak to us. Okay, sir. And sir, before we proceed, before you came into the show, we were talking about something. Because the African belief, we have a lot of superstitious belief in Africa. But before we proceed, because the topic of this one is talking about medical facts versus traditional beliefs. That's what we're talking about in terms of fertility or infertility in marriage. Sir, please, what is your take about the medical facts and then the superstitious beliefs when it comes to fertility and infertility in marriage as a Yoruba man?
Yes, as a Yoruba man and as an African, the belief is that it's only the female that is barren, that ọkùnrin ò kì í yàgàn. And also, scripturally, it's also there in the Bible. If you remember the story of John, Zachariah, and Elizabeth, the mother of John the Baptist, and the mother and father, they said they were both well stricken in years, righteous before God, yet they had no child because Elizabeth was barren.
Wow.
And we know, medically speaking now, we now know, maybe I should just put this perspective. There is what we call ovulation. If you see ovulation factor, which is in women, is responsible for about 30%. And then you have uterine and the tubal factor is also about 10%. And the male factor, is 30%. And the male factor, medically speaking, is 30%. And then 10% is unknown. I am going to speak basically from that point of view, medically, which tends to definitely contradict what we believe in Africa. But definitely the facts are showing. Because if you come to infertility clinic, by the time all the investigations or tests are done, you find that some male factor are being implicated.
Thank you so much, sir. I really appreciate that. I don't know if you can hear. This is talking from someone with decades of experience when it comes to gynecology, when it comes to family health, when it comes to family medicine. And you have just heard now, peradventure, there are people out there that are troubling women. A lot of time, when obìnrin tó gbé wálé yìí kò lè bímọ, akọ ajá ní ìgbàkan àwòkan, òun láti gbọ́ lẹ́nu àwọn tí wọ́n jẹ́ ọ̀jọ̀gbọ́n lórí ètò yìí wípé yálà obìnrin ọkùnrin kò sẹ́ni tí kò lè ní ìdádúró nípa pé à ń bímọ. Thank you so much, sir. All right, sir. Can we please actually explain, or should I say describe, or should I say tell us fertility fún àwọn míì tó lè mọ̀ pé okay, kí ni ìtumọ̀ pé èèyàn wà fertile àbí èèyàn wà fertile, kí ni ìtumọ̀ ẹ̀ gangan?
Okay, simply put, when it is time, I'll put some Yoruba. Simply put, that infertility is described medically as inability to achieve conception after a given period of time of unprotected sexual relationship. And it is divided into primary and secondary. The primary infertility is for those who have never achieved conception. Maybe they've been married for 1 year or 2 years. But the secondary infertility, it is those who have achieved conception or pregnancy at one time or the other, whether the pregnancy ended up with a live birth, a stillbirth, or one form of miscarriage or abortion or the other. That is secondary infertility. And then you expect that, normally speaking, usually within 1 year, about 80% of couples will definitely achieve conception or pregnancy, as the case may be. But by 2 years, it increases to 85 to 90%. But we have found out that secondary infertility is more common than primary infertility. Okay. Remember I said secondary infertility, they have achieved conception. And whether it could either end up in a live birth, stillbirth, or miscarriage. So we look at it, maybe there is something that we call post-conceptual factor that makes secondary infertility to be more than primary infertility. And what is implicated? What do you think could be recessive? Maybe unhygienic mode of birth during the first one. The role of sexually transmitted diseases can also come in.
Wow.
And then, of course, if the delivery takes place in a place, or even if someone has a miscarriage and goes to a place that there is no proper hygiene, definitely infection can set in, which can prevent the person from achieving subsequent conception.
Thank you so much,
that's
sir.
the main. That's how we, broadly speaking, infertility is primary and secondary.
Thank you so much, sir. Please, ladies and gentlemen, I know this is a very crucial topic. I can tell that a lot of people are attentive, people are listening. Wọ́n ní pé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ dákẹ́ wọ́n gbọ́ nítorí pé nǹkan tí à ń sọ lénìí it's something that will set some people free, honestly, because a lot of people are actually in this situation because of ignorance. Now, I love interactive shows. So please, if you can hear me and if you can hear Dr. Amore, please, I need to hear from you. Let me know you are there, please. Sir, I really appreciate you for explaining that. In fact, for the first time, I'm hearing and I'm learning that there is something called primary and secondary infertility. I used to think that infertility is the infertility, but I've just learned now that there is primary and there is secondary one. Both of them, none of them is palatable. May the Lord have mercy. Also, I wanted to ask Sam, why are some people extremely fertile and some are not? And when I say extremely fertile, there are some people that before you even, before you say Jack, they even be telling them, kilo de odo le him be money. And some people will try and try. Thank you so much, fabulous funky. And then they won't have the babies. Sir, what could be responsible for that? Let's talk about it in terms for both male and female.
Yes. Thank you, ma. The ones that are very fertile, maybe the women. They sometimes some people call them elede. Elede is very fertile. Yes. That's the peak. Yes. Before the husband sleeps with her, she gets pregnant. But you should all know that from the beginning, I always like to go to this scripture, Genesis 1:28, which says that, and God blessed them and said, be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth. Kema bisi, kema resi. Some people say kema gbanyu lórí ilẹ̀. So God intends everybody to be fertile. But for some of the reasons which I have stated when I started speaking, that some people, it is the woman. Broadly speaking, we divide causes into three. Ovulation factors is the woman that ovulates and produces the egg. So if a woman has problem with ovulation, of course, that person will not be fertile. Or then the second one, which I said that one takes 30%. The second one, which I said the uterus, that's the womb, and then the tubes, which transport the spermatozoa to meet the egg. That one is also responsible for 30%. So if anything goes wrong in any of those places, and of course the man, I have said the male factor is also 30%. It could range from a man who has had sexually transmitted diseases like gonorrhea or chlamydia infection, a man with undescended testes, a man that the testes has been exposed to radiation, or that the testes has been exposed to a lot of heat. Wow. So those people will definitely, whether man or woman, will be fertile. But there is this thing I have seen over the years. If one is weak, the other lifts him up. If you see a woman who is extremely fertile and is married to a man that is just of a low fertility or average fertility, they will be having children. Nobody will know that one has a problem. But if, unfortunately, a woman with low fertility, one problem or the other along that line, ovulation line, the womb and the tubes, married to a man that also has some degree of low fertility. When both of them marry, who is strong to lift the other up? So in such cases, there could be infertility. But if one is extremely fertile, very, very fertile, can be married to the other, and they will be having children, and people will not know that there is problem.
There is problem. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. I love when people leave comments. Please, if you want to ask a question, Dr. Amore is an expert with years of experience. So for him to be here tonight, honestly, it's a rare privilege because as I said to us, it's a medical director at an hospital, very busy. So it's an opportunity if you or anyone is having challenge in conceiving, in getting pregnant. Because a lot of people say ETO IGBEYAWO kí la tún já sí báyìí. Ọmọ lè rè ìgbéyàwó. Sir, you did say something about if somebody is really fertile and the other one is not fertile. Like somebody said here now, Tonya and Shami, she said, I had a secondary infertility. I had one child. I couldn't get pregnant again. You know, what are the kind of, maybe like help? Or should I say, what can we do in that situation to help somebody?
Definitely. Let me come in now. Okay, that person definitely said secondary infertility. I can read it. I had one child. I couldn't get pregnant again. I can read it. So the issue is that such a person, of course, the two of them should come forward. And then, you know, like I normally say about these, except the popular state, they say it in Yoruba, or like you will say in English, except the right hand should wash the left hand, and the left hand should wash the right hand. That is when the hands will be clean. Now, I have found that white saying of our elders closely related to issue of infertility. Now, the couple, you know, they come forward. And then we do simple investigations, simple tests along that line. So we'll know where the problem is. And I always say that first thing, the couple must cooperate. When they come forward, you know, the two hands washing each other, they cooperate and they produce the result of a clean hand. But in our own case, husband and wife must cooperate. And our own cleanliness of hands is we see pregnancy and childbirth. And also, I always look at that. The second point I normally draw from that, except the right hand, that each hand, you know, the two hands is fulfilling its role effectively. And so also must husband and wife play
their role.
His or her own role effectively. Then the hands will be clean.
Thank you, sir.
We will have conception and childbirth. So it's simple. And what are the roles? And that's why I said basically the roles, the investigations or tests that we'll do will be tailored towards that. I keep on emphasizing those three causes: ovulation, factor, tubal, and the uterine factor, the womb, and then the male factor. So we just do simple investigations or tests along that line, where each time permits, I will talk about those tests, and then we detect where the problem is. Then we can tackle it from that angle.
Thank you so much, sir.
The husband and wife must first come forward to the hospital. So we do simple tests and we know where the problem is, and then by the grace of God, it can be tackled.
Amen. Thank you so much, sir. I actually love the fact that there's the importance of both hands watching each other, because I noticed from my own little experience, when it comes to conceiving and stuff, women start, you know, they will push you lost hospital, even the traditional way, even in the days of our father, and it's possible, like our, you know, like doctor has rightly said, it is possible that the man might be the source of the problem. So both of them need to go. So if you can hear me tonight, and you know anyone that is trusting God and trying for a baby, and you notice that they always push the woman forward to go, it has been said by the expert, both of them need to go. Thank you so much. Yeah, somebody said it's with the woman, but still, you can never tell. If a woman doesn't have a problem, there's no point the woman going to the clinic every time when the man that has the problem is sitting down at home. Thank you, sir. Now, somebody asked a question. Let me read the question somebody said here. I said, is there any way to know? Is there any way to know beforehand if there are signs or there are signs to look out for before marriage? Well, that one is a bit okay. I'm not hearing you again, no. I'm going, sir.
Okay, but because I could see you somewhere, you are talking, but me, I'm not. Okay, the thing is that, you know, most of our churches now, you know, they want to do some tests or investigations before people get married. But most of those tests, they are simple about you want to know the blood group and genotype, you want to know HIV status, you want to know hepatitis B status, you want to know hepatitis C status. Those are because you are about the investigations that or tests that you do to determine whether someone is fertile or not, the man or the, they are a bit difficult to do before marriage. That's the way, because some of them, like, of course, for the woman, ovulation test, there are two types of tests. One, you just take the blood sample and you know whether the woman is ovulating on the 21st day of cycle. You can do that one to determine whether the woman is ovulating or not. But the other one, the other test they do is folliculometry. It's a kind of ultrasound, transvaginal ultrasound. The woman has to go on day 8, on day 10, and on day 12 to see whether the eggs are developing and they have reached size. So that one, and we are doing a transvaginal ultrasound, you have to insert the probe into the woman's vagina. I wonder how many young girls who are married will be able to subject themselves to that kind of test. Then, of course, the other one, they are to whether the simple test, okay, part of the test that we can do is ultrasound, pelvic ultrasound, whether they are fibroids or any other thing. That one is simple. Just drink water, go for it. Anybody can do that one. But the other one is stereosalpingogram. It's a special X-ray to see whether the tubes are blocked. It is a difficult something. No lady, most of our, even the parents will refuse, can't subject my daughter to that. Or the other one, laparoscopy, in which you view with your dye test, you connect some instruments, some gadgets, you make a little incision into the woman's abdomen, and you can view the pelvis. Those ones will tell you all that is happening. Somebody who is unmarried will definitely
not want
find it difficult to subject herself to that kind of test. Then for the man, the simple test we do, we call it seminal fluid analysis. People call it sperm count. Now the man has to be stimulated, whether by masturbation. Remember, some religious people will say masturbation is a sin. Whether you need to produce, or whether you should meet the lady that they are yet to get married to produce the sperm, the spermatozoa to test. So those ones trying to find out before marriage can be a bit difficult and may be very difficult for people to accept it. So those are the things I would just say.
But so much, sir.
Whether the man I want to marry has hepatitis B, has hepatitis B, C, or whether the hemoglobin genotype is AA or AS, those ones, anybody can go for that kind of test. But the one that has to do with fertility, could it be, maybe I use the word invasive. Some of the investigations of tests are invasive. And I'm sure not many young, even parents will object.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a very powerful episode of our show, ETO IGBEYAWO. Peradventure, you're just joining us tonight and you're wondering what we're talking about tonight. Tonight is not about Ori Ilu. Tonight is not about Alaga iduro, Alaga ijoko. Tonight is about the main reason that Yoruba say pe omo lere igbeyawo. We're talking about facing the challenges and overcoming the challenges of childbearing in marriage, fertility and infertility. I've got an expert here with over 2 decades of experience, and in person of Dr. Olushola Barnett Amure. My God, he has been telling us a lot of things that it's so educative and informative. Thank you, and inspiring as well. Thank you, Yemi Ogujimi. And people are asking questions. Somebody said, now somebody did ask a question which she has just finished explaining. Is how can somebody know before marriage whether somebody can have a child or not? It has just been said that it is possible, but not many people want to subject themselves to that rigorous test, of everything that he has mentioned. He has mentioned so many things. So if you're just joining us after this show, you go back and watch this show from the beginning. And if you know anyone that is in marriage and are trusting God for they are trying to conceive, that are trying to conceive or trying to have a baby, make sure they watch this show. Make sure you share it with them. Somebody said, "Mo try láti ka nǹkan táwọn èèyàn kọ ní sa o." Èèyàn kan sọ yìí
Yeah, no
pé
problem.
èèyàn
I'm
kan
saying
ní
it.
yeah. Somebody said it's maybe because also people are on Instagram, not only on Facebook. Àwọn tó wà lórí Instagram náà ń sọ̀rọ̀. Arábìnrin wa Adéọlájídé wọ́n ní very very educative and informative. Thank you so much, sir. Èèyàn kan ní pé maybe one should look and see if it is hereditary. Maybe in the family they find it difficult to have children. Could that be could it be hereditary, sir? Could infertility be hereditary?
Well, that is difficult to prove. Although you whether it is hereditary, it definitely is difficult. Although you found people, maybe the mother found difficulty in conceiving, and the child is also married and getting difficulty. But I don't think whether it has been proven whether it is hereditary. I don't think so.
Thank you,
It
sir.
is there are some factors. I spoke about post-conceptual factor making secondary infertility to be more. There is no way somebody who goes to a place to deliver, whether you cannot determine how if the practice or the traditionally the place is not hygienic enough, and then infection sets in, and the tubes now become blocked, cannot get pregnant again. You cannot say that that is hereditary, of course.
Thank you, sir.
And so hereditary, I would say, medically speaking, it has not been proven.
Thank you so much.
Let's just leave it that way.
Thank you so much, sir. All right, sir. I want to ask, because a lot of people are probably on this show, they're going to watch later. They came in here for solution. I think we've analyzed the problem, for long enough. Àti sọ gbogbo tó ń fà, àti àwọn nǹkan tó jẹ́ pé ó lè ṣẹlẹ̀ láàrin, ó lè jẹ́ lára ọkùnrin, ó lè jẹ́ lára obìnrin. Nísìnyí, the solution. What are the available help? Whether with medicine as in modern medicine, or with traditional medicine. What are the available help? I'm using the word traditional because some people are still very traditional. Let's talk traditional wedding. Eto IGBEYAWO is something that has to do with our culture and our tradition, the beliefs and all of those things. So what are the available helps for people that are finding it difficult to conceive? Ignorance. Lo ṣe ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀. So just enlighten àwọn èèyàn wa. What are the available help?
Yeah. One will usually start with the woman, and I've said you look at the ovulation factor. Is the woman ovulating? But if it is the hormonal one you do, is progesterone, is a hormone that is produced, helps to nourish pregnancy when it is so. If you find out that the woman is not ovulating, that's because you can stimulate. Drugs are available that can stimulate ovulation. Okay. And if it is the tubal issue, in those days the two tubes are blocked. In those days they try to do tubal surgery, try to anastomose, but the outcome is not good enough. But these days, for women with blocked tubes, we now have what we call all this in vitro fertilization, or we call assisted reproductive technology. Actually, it was designed to solve some of those problems. And if it is the man that has a low sperm count that we call oligospermia, or no sperm count at all that we call azoospermia. Of course, before you determine that, you must have done the test about 2 or 3 times, the one we call similar fluid analysis, before you can say this man is oligospermic or azoospermic. So there are other, for that, where you can still do some other tests. Some will go hormonal tests also of the man. If it is the hormonal imbalance that you can still correct, you can still correct it based on the results that you see. And then of course we have all those assisted methods, artificial insemination by husband semen, artificial insemination by donor sperm, all those things. But what I have been saying and what we continue to say, if a man and a woman has lived together for 1 year, nothing is forthcoming, like I said, both of them will come forward. You will do all those simple tests tailored along ovulation factor, tailored along the tube and uterine factor, tailored along male factor. So once you try to identify where the problem is, then we can provide solution.
Thank you, sir.
That is the way I put it. And I have mentioned some of the modern solutions.
Yes.
In those days, once the tubes are blocked, once the man has a low sperm count, you cannot do. A lot of people have gone without having children. But with technology, all those things I have been mentioning, in vitro fertilization, artificial insemination, and all those things, they are under what we call assisted reproductive technology. And with technology, more people, more women are smiling, more homes, more couples are smiling now with technology, even with advanced age.
Thank you, sir. So how about the issue of age? Yes, lifestyle,
well,
and nutrition.
We are with age, of course. We know that by the time a woman is getting to 40, what I call reproductive potential or ability to get easily pregnant, it decreases. But once the woman, of course, the reproductive age of women generally is still 15 to 49 years. We still find people, although these days, that's why the fact that with assisted reproductive technology, we've had people of 50, 51 years delivering. There's some people succeed with in vitro fertilization. We had a case in Nigeria about 3-4 years ago of a 66-year-old woman that delivered through in vitro fertilization. It was in Ogun State. In fact, the then governor of Ogun State paid a visit to the woman in the hospital because 66 years old. So with technology and with the grace of God, like I always say, this Yoruba prophet, adunse ni ohun tí Olúwa bá lọ́wọ́ sí, aṣòro ṣe ni ohun tí Olúwa kò bá lọ́wọ́ sí. That is, if God has a hand in something, it becomes so easy. So that's why a woman, some people have tried in vitro fertilization. A woman of 50, 51 conceiving with in vitro fertilization, and yet a woman of 35 tries the same method, it's not conceiving. So everything in life, I still believe it, still depends on the grace of God. So if God decides to move for a woman of 50, they do in vitro fertilization and she gets pregnant, no problem. So, but what I always tell people is, let us make moves. Ọmọ tí ó bá gbé ọwọ́ sókè, your mother, you are just coming home. Mommy, the child is cold. But somebody, when the mother is coming home, is running to meet the mother. Mommy, welcome. Okay, the mother will carry the baby. So that's why some of the people who have problems, let us go out there and look for solutions. Prayerfully, no. Let's do what we can do. And leave God to do only what he can do as well. So let us make attempts. That's why let someone not just say, no, that's why I've just given an example of a 66-year-old woman. I've given an example of 51 that so that's why, but of course, reproductive age group is 15 to 49. And we found out that the research has found out that the best performance is between 18 and 22 for the woman, between 18 and 22. So we now found out that the woman is getting to 35, getting to 40, but then it is still, don't write off anybody. It is still possible to conceive at any age.
Thank you so much, sir. Those are very helpful information. Now I want to find out, sir, because sometimes I think one of the reasons why people find it challenging is the cost, how expensive it is to receive all those treatments. So for people that are not so financially buoyant, what would be the advice that you would give them? Because we know it's quite expensive, especially here in the diaspora. Most of the countries will do it free for certain age, I know, but after a particular age, you have to pay for it. And back in Nigeria as well, I know it can be quite expensive. So what is the fate of people that are not so financially buoyant? I mean, I don't know. That question just came to mind. What would you advise? What would you advise, sir?
Actually, that's what the problem is. Like a lot of people that have, we are beginning to go into health insurance in Nigeria. But there are some of the health insurance in Nigeria now that does not touch infertility at all. Because of
the cost.
The investigation tests are expensive. And in insurance, you pull resources together. So you have to find one or two people. Like to do in vitro fertilization now in Nigeria, you need about 1.5 million to 2 million. And if they have investigated and they found out that that is the only solution, and the person is not buoyant, that is the end of this of the journey. That is the end of the story. But for those who can afford it, they go ahead. So, but we are beginning, maybe as time goes on in Nigeria now, a lot of the health insurance, the HMOs, maybe they will begin to imbibe and bring in infertility.
Thank you,
there
sir.
are some that they will tell you from the beginning, anything that has to do with fertility, the insurance policy does not cover it. And that's where the problem is.
Thank you so much,
sir. It's expensive. But then insurance could have helped, but in Nigeria for now, a lot of our insurance don't cover fertility. So that's where it's a big problem.
Thank you
because
so much,
one woman can mop up. I mean, by the time you fully follow up 3 or 4 cases of infertility to the logical conclusion with all those investigations, tests, and everything, 3 or 4 persons can mop up the old money that you used to treat about 50 people.
Yes,
that's where the problem is.
Thank you so much, sir. Now, how available are information for people? Because another thing is, a lot of people are not everybody is educated. Not everybody is educated. I think some of the times when we talk, maybe because I'm from a very humble background, for the grace of God, we are where we are today. But from the kind of environment where I grew up, people probably wouldn't even have the opportunity to know about all this information. So how accessible are information to people, especially in Nigeria? How accessible are information to people? People that, don't wojú Ọlọ́run fọ́mọ lógún nǹkan tẹ́ sọ yìí sìn ẹlòmíì kò tiẹ̀ mọ̀ kò dẹ̀ lórí ọ̀fẹ́ àti ẹ̀ ti gbọ́. So what's the kind of accessibility that people have to information?
Well, there are jingles now all over the place in Nigeria. Things are getting improved, and some people and a lot of our churches now, you see, they invite some of us, even the mosques, they invite people to come and give talk about infertility. They invite you to come. So through that method, I mean, I have, by the grace of God, I've gone to a lot of churches, even mosques have invited me, and you have gone there to talk to them about health problems generally, including infertility. And after that, people come, they will trace you. Those who don't want to talk about it before, they come and then there are lots of jingles on some of our radio stations these days, television, trying to encourage people, because people know that there are lots of myths, concern. You remember the days of COVID, when COVID was tough. Yes, there are jingles trying to say that no, this is what the traditional things say, but this is what is real. And I think people are getting more educated, and both government and health facilities, and especially our churches and our mosques are beginning to find out that a lot of people, there is a place in the Bible, my people perish
for lack of knowledge.
So a lot of our religious bodies are now coming up to bring those of us who know one thing or the other about health, and they create that awareness in religious houses. So people come forward, and we are solving a lot of some problems are there, but we can still do more.
Thank you so much,
because a lot of people still don't have something that could be simply solved medically. We put a lot of superstitions into it, and they miss the solution to the problem.
Wow, thank you so much, sir. I'm so happy. My spirit is lifted because the best place to target masses, the masses, especially the uneducated people and the not so flamboyant and financially flamboyant ones, will be the best place to target them will be religious houses, which is very, very fantastic. And thank you so much, sir, for always making yourself available despite your very, very tight schedule. People are appreciating you. Dr. Amureno for this, because I'm not even lying. That thing always worries me. People that are not so privileged, how much opportunity do they have? Ever me shout up to Amureni, always making himself available out of his very busy schedule, and of course reaching out to the people that are at the grassroots is so important to me, because it's so easy for someone that's very, very educated and very, very financially buoyant to be able to access all this help and information. Thank you so much, sir. People are actually saying thank you to you on this show. A lot of people are appreciating. Somebody said our guest is loaded. Connie, there are primary health centers as well that it could help. People are saying God bless you, sir. Àwọn èèyàn kí wọ́n gbóríyìn fún wọn dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ sà, ó tún ní nǹkan tí mo tún fẹ́ béèrè tó tún jẹ́ pé nǹkan tó tún máa ń jẹ́ torí nígbà míì àwa èèyàn nígbà tí Ọlọ́run bá fún wa ní ọbẹ̀ tán á tún ta mi sí àbáwọn Yorùbá ṣe máa ń sọ tó bá fún wa ní kíní kan á tún máa wá kíní kan. Àwọn míì tún máa ń jà bẹ́ẹ̀ ni sà, ẹ má bínú pé mo pòwe níwájú yín. Àwọn míì tún máa ń jà lórí ọmọbìnrin ló ń bí obìnrin ló ń bí òbí àròlé fún mi. Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ sà, ẹ bá wa la àwọn èèyàn wa lóye. Ta ló máa wà responsible fún sex ọmọ, gender ọmọ? Who is responsible for gender of a baby, whether the baby will be a boy or a girl? Who is responsible between the wife and the husband, the man and the woman?
Definitely, it's the man. But ṣé mọ̀ pé tó bá ṣe o lè lògbójú, tó bá dẹ̀ lògbójú o lè lọ́gbọ́n àgbà. But the truth of the matter is that basically the man carries, even the sperm of the man already carries the X and Y chromosome. The woman has the X chromosome. So it is what the man puts forward that clicks, gets fertilizes the egg of the woman that determines the sex. So very invariably, it is the man that determines. It is what the sperm cell, the chromosome, the sperm cell of the woman of the man is carrying at the time of fertilization determines what the sex of the baby is. If the man releases, if it is the X chromosome that gets there first and fertilizes the egg, it will be a female. If it is the Y chromosome that gets there first to fertilize the egg of the woman, then they will have a baby boy.
Thank you,
so
sir.
It is what the man puts forward. But you know that this is a society that is, maybe paternalistic. We use Ogboju, we use Agba, we use everything for the for the women. But truly speaking, I mean, from science, it is the man that determines what the child will be. But I am very proud. I have 2 girls. And they are doing well. I'm very happy. Our Fumi, our sister Bumi is a lady.
Yes,
your mother or your parents will they not be proud of what you are doing?
They will be proud.
We've had female professors. We've had female vice chancellors in Nigerian universities and all over the world. Women are making waves. So I personally, I am not, maybe because of personal experience,
yes,
I am proud of my 2 girls.
Sir.
And they are making waves, they are doing well.
They are doing well.
They are academic.
Yes.
So why should I better myself?
Yes. Somebody said this show should go viral as it is will help so many homes and correct a lot of erroneous beliefs. Yes, thank you so much. Ajana Kwa Ulupumi Adenike, thank you so much. Unstoppable Alaga says, Connie Master, when Daddy said Ogboju. Sir, I want to have a request, sir. Whenever you go out to enlighten people, please, especially when you go to those grassroots, when you go to churches, when you go to places, sir, always please help us to enlighten men. A lot of women have ended up in depression. Not that they don't have children, no. They have, but because they now having boys wọ́n tún máa fara ni wọn ẹni tí ò rí ó ń bẹ lọ́hùn kóun rí ẹni tó tún rí tún sọ pọ́kùnrin obìnrin ọlọ́run kó dáríjì gbogbo wa àwọn èèyàn sọ̀rọ̀ lórí ètò yìí òyìn kan sọ pé this is how people somebody said I wish my daddy could watch this is how he ended up with 4 wives because of Arole. What a male cannot do, a female can do much more better nowadays. Thank you so much, sir. Sir, I want us to close on this note, sir. You know, there's you did mention about artificial insemination and blah 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 blah. Then I'm thinking, what about in a situation where people have tried? What's your take about surrogacy and adoption, especially when it comes to our people? For an Oyinbo person, it's not a big deal. In fact, even if they have children, they will still adopt. How can we educate our people? I first of all want to know your take on it as a person, and also as a person who is into this, this kind of field, and also how can we kind of educate our people about surrogacy and adoption?
Yes, that still requires, culturally, people still feel that, it should be a child of my own. That in terms of adoption, it must be surrogacy. Yes, I think with enlightenment, what does it really mean? If for one reason or the other, the woman cannot, and she still, it is the egg of the woman that will be used, and it is the sperm cell of the man. They just get a surrogate mother to carry with a lot of understanding. Although it's complex, with a lot of money is involved, you have to settle the surrogate mother, and the mother does not even see, once the child is born, there are a lot of legal documents to go through. Once the child is born, the surrogate mother does not even see. They just give it to the real mother, and then that person leaves the hospital. I think with advancement, with a lot of education, I think people will come to accept it. What our people will say is that, since it is not my egg, like artificial insemination by donor sperm now, but surrogacy, as it is still the father's semen, sperm cells, and the mother's egg that will still be used. So there is no problem. I don't have, provided all the documentations are done legally and everything, and the proper fees are paid, and the person who the surrogate mother has accepted, then there should be no problem. We still need a lot of education
on that.
Today, because culturally speaking, some people, even in vitro fertilization, that came, the breakthrough came in 1978 for in vitro fertilization. So this is about 44 years now. Some people are still reluctant to accept it.
Oh my God.
So talk less of surrogate motherhood and surrogacy and all those ways. But with time, as we are crossing the bars, initially in vitro fertilization was like Oyibo magic. Yes, when it first came out, I would describe it as Oyibo magic. But now it's available everywhere. So with increased education, knowledge, and everything, I'm sure people will come to accept surrogacy and adoption will gain more prominence as years roll by.
Thank you so much, sir. In fact, when I look at my Lola, because a lot of information is coming up, and people are really appreciating you on this show. Alaga, Jumke Alaga, she said, this is interesting. Most of our men use Ubuju. I think he's talking about what happened earlier. Somebody said, thank you so much, sir. Yoruba said, thank you so much, sir. Chorus Dress and Lazy says, provided all the legislative have been followed and adhered to. Tina Onye said, this is a very informative and very knowledgeable doctor. Is handling this show very well. God bless you, sir. People are really appreciating you, and I'm absolutely honored and privileged to have you on this show, sir. And if I have my way, I will keep you here for the rest of the evening. But I know your schedule is very tight. Probably somebody is actually waiting for you on the surgery bed, because I know you're very busy. You're a very busy person. So I will give keep it for too long, sir, for any longer. But please, I know a lot of people on this show, they don't even know where to go or how to go about it. Or people that might still watch later. Tell us more about what you do and tell us where you can be. If people want to contact you, how can people contact you? Because I know you have the heart to help people if you have your way. I know it's not going to be possible for you to help everybody, but I know you want to help as many people as you can. So how can you be contacted, sir?
Yeah, maybe we can use for ease so that one will not burn out. I can give the email address of the hospital.
Okay, sir.
So it's just simple, Rafa Hospital 2000 at gmail.com.
Okay.
That's yes,
okay.
Rafa Hospital 2000 at gmail.com.
Okay.
I think definitely it will get.
We didn't lose that, did we? He has even tried. In fact, all right.
Yeah, those who have my WhatsApp,
yes.
you can. I don't know whether.
I know. I'm even surprised that his phone has not.
People can ask me on WhatsApp, so I can respond directly.
Oh,
but
thank you,
Rafa Hospital at Rafa Hospital 2000 at gmail.com.
Okay, sir. People, I'm going to put up that, at the end of this conversation, if you want to contact them.
Very good one. And my WhatsApp number.
Yes.
You can give them my WhatsApp number.
Okay.
No problem.
All right.
So we can, or my Facebook, where you can contact me. Okay. I will respond.
All right, sir. Somebody has actually helped us to put the email on Facebook, on Instagram. Every comment is going to disappear after this show, so I'll put it on. Please, if you would like to speak to someone, an expert with compassion, an expert with experience, an expert who wants, wishes everybody out there could get help, this is the best person to speak to. Pardon me, Dr. Olushola Barnett Amore. Ejo, I cannot thank you enough. There's no way I can be able to thank you enough tonight.
It's my pleasure.
Honestly, I'm really truly
grateful. I love what you are doing, and I'm happy to be part of your program, enriching the world.
Thank you,
and you are doing so well, so keep up your good work.
Thank you,
and I'm happy. It's a privilege for getting me on board. It's a privilege. I'm happy. Anytime you call on me, I will always be available to render my services.
Thank you so much, sir.
It is God that gives it.
Yeah, thank you so much. Please. Rafa Hospital 2000 at gmail.com. Somebody has put it on. Somebody is asking us to spell it. Please, if you know anyone that is trusting God for the fruit of the womb, or someone that will benefit from this show, please copy the link and send to them. Somebody had actually said it. Somebody said after this program, by the grace of God, smiles will be put on people's faces. That will be testimonies by the grace of God. Because I'm telling you, nǹkan kékeré báyìí ló ń jẹ́ lómi lọ́wọ́, but because wọn ní access information, wọn ní access help, òun ló fà tí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ fi ń ní ìdádúró. Kò dẹ̀ sí ni bí Yorùbá sọ, ó ní ọmọ òun lè gbéyàwó. Elédùmarè ọba lọ́jọ́ òní kó bá mi ṣínà ayọ̀ fún gbogbo àwọn tí wọ́n ń wojú ẹ̀. Ẹ jẹ́ gbogbo yẹn bá mi dúpẹ́ kó tó di pé mo jẹ́ kí Dr. Amore kí wọ́n máa lọ. Ẹ bá mi dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ wọn. Please, people are saying thank you. They are showing love. In fact, I wish you could see what people are saying on Facebook, on Instagram, and on YouTube. Gbogbo èèyàn ló ń dúpẹ́ lọ́wọ́ yín. Mo gbàládùra lẹ́yìn lágbára lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run wípé lórúkọ Jésù, ilé àtọ̀nà tẹ́ fi sílẹ̀ tẹ́ fi wá dá mi lóhùn, ilé yín á máa rójú, ọ̀nà yín á máa ráyè. Lágbára Ọlọ́run, àwọn òdòdó tọ́lọ́run fi ṣe wà sínú ayé yín tó já àwọn ọmọ yín, wọn ò ní rẹ̀ dànù lójú ẹ̀mí yín. Bẹ́ ṣe ń gbẹ̀bí, tẹ́ ń tọ́jú aláboyún, tẹ́ ń tọ́jú ọlọ́mọ, tẹ́ ń tọ́jú gbogbo wọn, lórúkọ Jésù ẹ̀ ní ṣiṣẹ́ gbà. Gbogbo àwọn iṣẹ́ tẹ́ bá ṣe báyìí ló máa yọrí sí rere. I'm super grateful, sir. I am super grateful. Thank you so much.
Tolúwa lọ́pẹ́.
Ẹ ṣé gan ni
Yorùbá, Tolúwa lọ́pẹ́. Not me.
Ẹ dúpẹ́ gan ni sà. Ẹ ṣé bá mi kí gbogbo lé o. Dẹ̀ bá wa kí àwọn èèyàn wa náà, àwọn èèyàn kí yín, wá káwọn èèyàn wa náà kẹ́ tó máa lọ.
Well, thank you everybody. Thanks for appreciating my little contribution. From what I can see, the comments I can see, I'm happy about it. And I believe I have been able to communicate the little I know to people, and it has made impact.
Yes.
So thank you for thanking me. God bless you all.
God bless you, sir. ẹ bá wa kí gbogbo ilé o. Bye. Bye, sir.
Bye.
Bye, sir. God bless you, sir. Bye. Bye, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa, ẹ rí pé alẹ́ ìtún yàtọ̀. It's been a fantastic episode, ladies and gentlemen. I want to appreciate everybody. Because if I have this information, if I have this package and there are nobody here to watch, then it will be of no use. I want to thank you guys so much for turning up week in, week out. Honestly speaking, I can't thank you enough. Without you, there is no ETO IGBEYAWO. And on this show, we'll continue to do our best to bring you the best. What this show is all about is about our traditional weddings. Anything you want to know about our traditional wedding, our traditional marriage, everything you want to know about our culture and tradition is here. And also, we will also be bringing some other information. What you need to know before getting married. What you need to know before, after you get into marriage. What you need to check and all those things. We bring all sorts of topics onto this place. And people have been so fantastic. All my guests have been fantastic. All you viewers have been fantastic. Now, do me a favor. If you have never shared any of this show before, share this one. Pardon me, share this one because you never know who is going to benefit. It's not an easy thing. In fact, I think I was just about 6 months into marriage. Each time I see my period, I'm like, hey, what do you do? So I know how it feels. Please, people, there are people out there that need help. They need this topic. They need this information. Share the show, please. Do me a favor. Copy it, paste it on thank you Kemostic, thank you only total package show, thank you so much. So please remember to share it, share. Ó máa ń wọ ní gbogbo ọ̀sẹ̀ ká jẹun pẹ́ lẹ́nu ṣùgbọ́n olùfàànà fún kò ní gbà wá láyé àmọ́ kó tó di pé a fi àdàgbà ètò yìí rọ̀ síbi kan lénìí mo fẹ́ fàsìkò ìdúpẹ́ lọ́gbọ̀n ìtẹ̀dàpọ̀ mọ́ apátá látòkè délẹ̀ pàápàá jùlọ àwọn tí wọ́n dúró tìwà tí wọ́n ṣagbátẹrù ètò yìí iléeṣẹ́ Chorus Jewels and Laces, iléeṣẹ́ yóò ní jóná wọ́n yá maroke, Lizelle Fabrics all the way from Dallas, Texas, ẹ ṣeun, iléeṣẹ́ yóò ní jóná. Thank you so much Royal Vogues, you've been fantastic. Royal Vogues on Facebook and on Instagram, thank you so much for all your support. Celebration International Magazine, we appreciate you. TK Delight, people, TK Delight, where they sell all sort of ready sauce for you to make your to prepare your meal in a very easy way. TK Delight, check them out on Facebook and on Instagram. They are there. Thank you so much. Thank you ever so much, everybody. Wọ́n tún ti ń lọ báyìí, ogun ó lọ kò dé, kò ní dé bá mi, ogun ó dé kò bá wọn, kò ní dé bá yín lórúkọ Jésù. Lágbára lọ́wọ́ Ọlọ́run nígbà tí bá máa fi padà dé lọ́sẹ̀ tó ń bọ̀, ayọ̀ àti àlàáfíà tí mo fi yín sí, òun náà ni mo máa padà wá bá yín lórúkọ Jésù Kristi. Wọ́n wá fàsìkò yìí sọ fún gbogbo wa pátá wípé láyọ̀ la ó máa pàdé o, mo ní láyọ̀ la ó máa pàdé o. Ẹ̀yin ò ní forígun, èmi ò ní fẹsẹ̀ kọ mọ́tò yòówù ká lè wọ̀ kó ní forí sọ̀gì o. Láyọ̀ la ó máa pàdé, láyọ̀ la ó máa pàdé. Oh, stop, people. Thank you so much. Bye. See you next week.
Àsìkò ti tó, ìtumọ̀ ètò kan. Ẹ̀sọ́ traditional wedding. Gbogbo olólùfẹ́ rẹ̀ mú etí rẹ̀.
Fọ́lá wa péjì o.
Ẹ̀sọ́ traditional wedding.
Ètò ìgbéyàwó.
Ẹ̀kú lórí tí ìṣí mẹ́rin kì í ṣe wé. Ẹ̀sọ́ traditional wedding.
Follow us on Facebook. Ètò ìgbéyàwó gbàgbé méjì lórí ẹ̀.
Ẹ̀sọ́ traditional wedding. Ètò ìgbéyàwó tó kọ́ ní lọ́gbọ́n. Ẹ̀sọ́ traditional wedding.
Come on.
Ètò ẹ̀sọ́ traditional wedding ló lọ lọ́wọ́. Èlò orúkọ ètò náà. Ẹ̀sọ́ traditional wedding. Ètò ìgbéyàwó tó kọ́ ní lọ́gbọ́n. Ẹ̀sọ́ traditional wedding. Every Tuesday on Instagram, every Tuesday on Facebook, 6 p.m. UK time, every Tuesday on Facebook. Ètò ìgbéyàwó tó fún mi lóye, Ẹ̀sọ́ traditional wedding. Ètò ìgbéyàwó tó fún mi lóye, Ẹ̀sọ́.
Traditional wedding. See you next week by the grace of God. Please, if you are yet to follow our page, please follow us Ètò Ìgbéyàwó, because from now henceforth, Ètò Ìgbéyàwó will not be showing on my private page, which is Bumi Oshibere. It's going to be showing on Ètò Ìgbéyàwó with Bumi Medroya. See you next week by God's grace. God bless you. Bye. Thank you so much.